Isaac turned 5 this week.
That's right.
And the day before he did, I told Kelly, I said, well, Kelly, 5 years ago was the last day of the first part of our lives. We had no idea what was going to happen the next day. I was remembering, and of course I'm thinking about all this stuff because of you now. I was just remembering what it was like. Last night I was scrolling through all the pictures from that day. Like, man, I just look like a child. I just look like a child.
So much.
I've seen so much. I really do look very different. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull up a picture. Looking at how much I've changed and how much he's changed and life has changed. It's just crazy. It really is wild. And there's not much more to it. I just have been thinking a lot about that. And now you're about to go through it now too.
And it's this is going to sound really obviously. This sounds like totally whatever the word is I'm looking for, inexperienced. But I'm wondering what that transition is going to be for me, because I have so much that I'm looking after, so many living things that I'm looking after constantly. Yeah. With the amount of chickens that I have and the dogs that I have and everything, and it's I think it's a lot more involved than people think.
Right.
It is. Especially if something is sick. I've got to be up in the middle of the night doing stuff.
It's not like you have a pet, which you do, but you have. It's a job.
Yeah,
it's a job
like
to
a
tend
second
and care for.
Exactly.
I think
so. I'm curious if this will feel like it's like, okay, this is familiar at least in some regard.
I think you're right in a lot of respects, and I also think that it'll still be a surprising thing.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
There's a lot of things that you don't really think about until you have kids. Like, for example, like anytime Kelly and I, like if the kids are at mom and dad's house and Kelly and I go somewhere, when we get in the car, we're like, oh, we just got in the car.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
And then we just pulled out and left.
Oh yeah.
That took 2 minutes. Remember when we used to be able to just leave the house? Just lots of little things that are not like, oh no, I got to get the kids in the car, but are just like things that just evolve and change in your life. That at some point you don't do them one day, and then you're like, oh, I didn't even think about how used I've gotten to. All right, now I got to buckle Isaac, and I got to buckle Elliot. Is Shiloh in? You got Shiloh? Okay, all right, now let's get in the car. 20-minute process. So
that's funny.
Yeah, and then they get old enough that all you have to do is unbuckle them, and they can get out of the seat themselves. That's a good day.
I'm sure it is. So this day is coming up for me. I'll let you know how that transition goes.
I think that the having a farm and a bunch of farm animals has prepared you in a lot of aspects. I think that's true. That's true.
Not trying to say that our baby is like a farm animal, but the idea of having a lot of responsibilities and making sure there's nobody sick and there's nobody that you need to quarantine for a little while and
it's a creature for a long time that just really has no agency. It's just at the mercy of you have to take care of it or nothing is going to happen.
Well, because I do remember when I realized, we have chickens, but like this isn't just having chickens. I started to realize, there's a lot more responsibility. Like what happens if the chicken gets sick?
Right.
What happens if I have to make the call to kill one of these animals? Right. Oh, I'm the one who's going to have to do this.
Right.
And then it just starts to snowball. Oh, I can take on more. Oh, we can get more dogs. Oh, we can get this, and balancing all that. So it'll be interesting.